Hey, what's happening guys? It's Bharat and today we're going to be unboxing and taking a look at the new Huawei Honor 5X. Now, so the box in front of me is a pre-production box. So what you're going to look at is something that is meant for testing only. So it's not what you're going to get in your final box, but it's going to be very close to what this is. So as you can see, this is the device itself, an all metal sort of design. You have the SAR value printed right there. I'm going to put it to the side. I'm going to see what else is found inside the box. So we don't have documentation, etc., but we do have a SIM removal tool. You also get a USB to micro USB cable, and you get a USB wall charger. And the company is also going to be including a screen protector inside your final retail box, which is a good thing. Now, the build quality of the Honor 5X is pretty good. You have an all-metal sort of design with removable SIM trays. Now, it'll take 2 SIM cards and a micro SD card. Now, the phone is priced for $12,999, which is compared to many of the other devices in the market, slightly more expensive. The device is nice to look at, very premium in terms of its looks, and the gold is not oversaturated, so the color on the device is pretty nice and subtle. It looks pretty premium when you're using it. You also have a fingerprint scanner at the back, which seems to be really good. And as far as cameras are concerned, you have a 13 megapixel along with a 5 megapixel combination, allowing you to click pictures on the go. Now, the micro SD card would support up to 128 gigabyte. And if we talk about specifications, over at the front, you have a 5.5 inch full HD IPS LCD display. Like I said, you have a 5 megapixel front facing camera. Below that, you don't have any touch capacitive buttons because the buttons are on screen. On the right side, you have the power button and the volume rocker. On the top, you have the 3.5mm headphone jack along with a noise cancellation microphone. Over at the left is where your trays are sitting. On the bottom, you have a micro USB port, which is flanked on either side with a grill to add symmetry, but on one side is a speakerphone and the other is the microphone. On the inside of the device is a 64-bit octa-core 1.5 GHz Qualcomm Snapdragon 615 along with an Adreno 405 GPU. You get 16 GB of onboard storage and 2 GB of RAM. And if you compare it to some of the other competition in the market, this seems to be quite less. The battery is a 3000 mAh battery and the device is running Android 5.1 along with EMUI 3.1. Now, we had a quick look at the camera as well, and the camera seems to be doing a good job. The camera UI, very much like some of the recent camera UIs we've seen, even the Le TV or Le Echo camera UI seems to be very similar. The UI is sort of sloppy. It's not as quick or responsive as we'd like it to be. And I guess 2 GB of RAM is where it's sort of letting down on usage. You also have a inbuilt keyboard, which Huawei calls their own Huawei swipe keyboard. It does not seem to be an interesting idea at all. In fact, the first thing that you should do when you get this device is remove the keyboard and replace it with a stock Google keyboard, if any, because this one is really, really poor. Now, the Emotion UI or EMUI does have its plus points. For example, this lock screen wallpaper keeps changing on its own every time you turn on the screen. They call this the cover photo, and it keeps changing based on what you select as your cover photograph. Also, another cool feature is this little dashboard that you can pull out from the bottom. Almost like an Apple control panel, it allows you to turn on voice recorder, you can turn on your flashlight, you can also jump quickly into settings from here if you want to do that. And then you have a bunch of audio controls right here. Here you can see all the cover photographs that I've selected. While the intent with the Honor 5X seems to be great, it seems to be overshadowed by a lot of devices in this price bracket. The Le TV 1S or the Le Echo 1S, which was launched recently, seems to be one of these devices. For a price of $10,999, you get USB Type-C, quick charge capabilities, a Helio X10 chipset along with 3 GB of RAM, and a really, really fast and responsive UI when compared to the Honor 5X. The Honor 5X, on the other hand, slightly more premium looking according to us, and also has a Qualcomm Snapdragon 615, which may be deemed a slightly more stable chipset. The Honor 5X does let down with 2 GB of RAM, and a lot of people have already mentioned that they prefer the Le TV 1S over the Honor 5X. Which one do you guys like? Would you prefer buying the 1S or the 5X? Just leave your comments in the comment section below. Either way, while both of these phones are getting reviewed, the only person who's really winning out of this is the customer, thanks to all the choices in the market today. If you like this video, guys, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. And until we see you next time, guys, this has been Bharat Nagpal. Thank you for watching.